Just so you know, I'm not the creator of this channel, I'm just the reviewer. Hello everyone, this David Fan here with a movie review. Been a while, huh? What was it about? That doesn't matter. We'll be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming and how it was and how it went. Warning, 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 spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So, let's first start off like, you know, like, well, I should say what like I think of the movie at the end. So, here's what happened. So so pretty much it's all started like I think a little bit over. It's just like a recap, or not really a recap, but just so it's just shows us why does like the main villain, which is like Michael Keaton, the Vulture or something. Man, he plays as tree like bird character, you know. I think with Birdman or something. Anyway, then after that, it was just like a recap like of Spider-Man view on like this Captain America Civil War, which I haven't watched still, but I think it's a great movie. And then it cuts back to Peter in his living with Aunt May, which is surprisingly younger. Peter living with Aunt May, which is surprisingly younger than the other version of Aunt May. The original version was much older. So much for Granny May, huh? Yeah. I hear you, no one's laughing. Okay. So it was just sort of like a show, like, and after that, I would show how like Peter's school life and how he's a nerd or geek. I don't know, just like his life sucks. Well, not as Spider-Man's school life, kinda. Then it just talked about like a lot of it's just like another Peter problems that he just like want to be adventure, but Tony Stark just kind of denies him or something because he's too young. But I'll get to that. But that'll be a problem in like when I'll get to that in like later in this video. So after school, he became like, you know, like become like just become like as Spider-Man. He just like, you know, do crime, do all that fun stuff. Then this one time in the ATM robbery, something strange happened, which isn't nice. Like the guys were dressed up like Avengers. Strange. And then they have a weapon that looks like some kind of gravity gun from like Half-Life or something. Gmod. Looks like that. Hey, does anyone think that the weapon was like just like the gravity gun or something? Okay, it's just me? Okay. But like it's just after that it was in Spider-Man tried Spider-Man tried to figure out how like who did this or something. So he tried to find out. But then Spider-Man / Peter crush invited him to a party. Yeah, some kind of party. Yeah. And And then he said, when you get to the party, and oh, I forgot to mention his best friend, the Filipino, right? Right. Okay. Eventually found out he was Spider-Man, which it's a kind of endless plot, like a plot hole. I mean, I guess I could, but yeah. So when they went to the party, like, dang, I keep forgetting his name. Just like, I'll call him Peter, best friend. His best friend's named Ned. Isn't Ty? Okay. I'm trying to like tell Peter like just act like I have Spider-Man to come there like to the party, but Peter was too much a pussy to do that. So, but then when he was outside, he saw some kind of big explosion. So, as Spider-Man, he came to check it out. Then some action scene when he gets there. Some action is kind of like drug dealer stuff, but it's not really. It's just weapons. And then he meets the Vulture, aka Michael Keaton, which I don't know what's his name, like his human is. I don't know, but so anyway, the Vulture dropped Spider-Man from the sky, and then they went to some kind of lake. Seems like he drowned, but then Iron Man, yes, around it. And then Iron Man like saved him, but not really him, just some kind of, I guess, computer. And keep telling him to stay out of like the business of what's happening. So let's see what happens. After all that, Peter went to Washington D.C. to do some kind of academic competition. You know, probably to find out more about the Vulture and his plans. Then it cuts to the Vulture with his henchmen was arguing, and then the Vulture kills him with some kind of disintegrating, and he's dead. Yeah. So after that was a shocker, right? So he became the guy. His next entry was a shocker, which is he might be kind of inexperienced. So yeah. Now, so back to meanwhile, Spider-Man or Peter Parker was talked to Ned about the suit, and then this apparently have some kind of like some kind of program that like held back the suit's ability, which is not good for Peter. So Ned turned it off. Sure guy. And then when he tried to like use it, like when he go out and tried to see when he saw like the other henchmen or yeah, it was hard for him to use the suit because of like the time he able to use them. It's kind of hard. And then it stops by into a they were chasing him into a truck, and then when he got into the truck, he got knocked down some kind of box. A lot of like kind of like filler like, but scenes happen, just testing his, and then Spider-Man was trapped into some box or something, some building, warehouse, test his new abilities. A lot cool. Then he has enough and tried to escape. Then he did escape, but then it turns out, which I should have mentioned before, Peter found like during like at the you know, the one in the dealers or stuff. After like he had like the argued with Iron Man or something, he found like some kind of like core something, so he gave it to Ned, and which turns out actually a bomb that can, well, some kind of bomb that can blow up or just like do something bad. So Spider-Man tried to go after that, but then it was kind of too late. They were in the monument, Washington Monument, and they were in the elevator. Shit happens, like a lot of falling, and when you get there, FBI, some like police showed up, tried to. They think Spider-Man was a menace or something, but then once he got in there, yeah, he just, you know, saves the day. No biggie. Like that. It's just like that. Oh. I just realized there's no kissing scene. That's the first, huh? All Spider-Mans. There's no. Yeah. First of all. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yes, Peter Parker became like kind of like a trouble maker in school, which can lead to something bad. Then we'll see after that. He put one of the trackers on one of the henchmen, who was the new Shocker. Wait, whatever happened to Shocker? Wait, I'll explain it later. Like, in the meantime, so now this next scene was on the ferry. You know, like they're like Spider-Man tried to investigate, then apparently Michael Keaton / the Vulture, as like some like the wings and stuff, was there with Shocker. And then when Shocker went to down the boat, and Peter tried to stop him, the FBI kind of showed up. Still, also think he's a menace. The Vulture shows up and try to blast Peter, and then drop it. And when Spider-Man takes his gun the gun kind of malfunction and split the half of the ship, which Spider-Man tried to hold on it, but couldn't. Then Iron Man showed up, you know, just tried to save Nay. And then when Iron Man like goes to or Tony Stark goes to Peter, he said like it was like an irresponsible thing to do. Then he took a suit, the spider suit. No more spider suit for him. No. That means, well, I mean that's kind of, which maybe kind of have a good impact at like a little, but but it turns out it's really bad. But, so during school, after he got his suit taken, he was actually getting better at his epidemics. Then he got his crush at, and then he like, and he's going to dance with his crush thing. But well, like got invited, so. But then here's like the twist here. Once Peter, who was trying to like pick up, was it, what's the crush name? Wait, I got it. Liz. Yeah, it's Liz. I think was it Liz? it turns out the Vulture was apparently her dad. That's kind of like shocking with a chill, but it was kind of unexpected. And you know, then he got you into the car and like this the Vulture, Michael Keaton. Really, what is his name? Like in the movie, what is his name beside Vulture? Okay, so the Vulture name's Adrian. Okay, so Peter finally met with Adrian. You know, try to stop him. Then Adrian sent his wings, his suit after him, and then which made the building collapse on him. Which lead to the saddest thing I ever seen from Peter. He cried like a bitch in there. He felt like powerless, like when he was stuck under those buildings or like stuck in cinder blocks. But yeah, but then he tried to be strong and just pushed them all. Then again chased after Adrian. Then then he just follows him by just hang on to him to the private or some supplies which has like weapons that he needs to steal to sell them for his family needs. And then after all of that, Peter tried to stop him. There was a lot of action, a lot of spin, some kind of Michael Bay-like, but not really. Then the planes start to malfunction and crash, but they both survive. But Adrian, it wasn't finished with him. We keep beating him up, keep beating, which is really sad for him. And then after he was kind of finished, even though Peter was still kicking, he found the leftover weapons and tried to take them. But Peter saw that his suit was kind of malfunctioning and about to explode. But he denied it. But then it did explode, which is anticlimactic. But of course, it was Peter Parker has to save him because this is kind of the first that any Spider-Man character villain ever dies, but not this time. He actually might did that, but it was. So after that, the jail. Peter met up with Tony Stark. Just wanted to say how I guess good he is, or he's proud of him. He offered him some kind of suit that looks something like Iron Man suit, but just more Spider-Man like. Yeah. But Peter denied and stuff. Then after, when he went back to his home Tony actually left a package for him, which gave him back his suit. When we wear a suit, it ends with, it's near the end, it just ends with Aunt May almost cussing the F word. But I should also talk about the epilogue. Yes, it starts up when Adrian going to this cell. He met with some kind of guy, which is potential villain. Could be the Scorpion. What was that guy's name? Mac. That's the guy who stopped by Adrian's. Mac. Okay. So yeah, that's the Spider-Man Homecoming. How much I I rate it or like it. It was pretty good for a Spider-Man movie. Like it was like okay. Like I kind of still had like a soft spot for the originals, but it was okay. It was like it was less serious, like more like some kind of like some funny, just make you laugh more than like. It was pretty good. So yeah, I wonder how. So there's something like a thing that I forgot to mention. What was it? One thing. What was it? Oh yeah. Where did Shocker go? Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Could be go to prison, but like, I have this theory. He might have, well, you know, yeah. So, Shocker, when after he was like sprayed, he was stuck. You know, like that. It says that Peter says, like, the web will dissolve in 2 hours, right? Could it have been 2 hours already? Could he find him? I mean, he might just escape somewhere. I mean, just a theory I have. He could have. Most likely he might be in prison, but just meant it. So anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, peace out. And that's how I like the movie or review.